First up.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
I miss you too, Ernie.
And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Yeah, me too. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in their house, Chesapeake Energy Arena. And for Oklahoma City, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And we get to see Paul George tonight. Tremendous all-around player, but Shaq, if you were in George's shoes, what's the one area you might try to improve on?
I think he can get to the line more often because he's a great free throw shooter, and you want to make the most of that, Ernie.
You know what? He's a great playmaker, and he was exceptional before he got to Oklahoma City and before he got injured. So now he's going to just continue that. He's learning to reinvent himself in a different way.
It's time to tip this game off.
Let's tip it off.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan, and let's tip it off.
Welcome to a jam-packed arena here in Oklahoma City. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. We've got a Western Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder.
Tickets online or at the ticket.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell them that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a long season. The teams, as we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So got to temper your expectations. Watch the way guys have maybe improved from last season coming into this season. Excited about young teams and the opportunity of their potential, but things can change quickly in this league.
But don't you love the optimism at this time of year?
No doubt about it. Everybody's fired up for the opportunity to show what it is, especially as a player, what you worked on in the offseason to bring it to the hardwood and show your coaching staff the type of work you put in.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Peyton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Moore outside at the 3 with Randall down on the block at 4. And it's Davis in at the 5. Now we see Andre Robertson making his return from the ruptured patellar tendon of winter 2018.
Just how disruptive was it for Billy Donovan and the Thunder to lose Andre Robertson last year? The numbers were staggering in terms of the defensive rating when he was on the floor, just how good they were. And the guy averages less than 5 points a game for his career, but his impact defensively cannot be understated.
And he makes the first.
And a power forward in college. Robertson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
And so he makes both from the line.
Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got his first 3 points of the game.
As the ball swung to Holiday, he did not think twice, and he let it go once he caught it. Pass creating rhythm. Defense not anticipating that.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Peyton, that's good. Well, the three is king right now, and spacing can be a problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They play to their strengths, which is a good thing, but in order for them to take the next step, it's got to be some dynamic play from the perimeter.
And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he's drawing those whistles. A couple quick ones back to back.
Payton against Westbrook. To the paint. Here's Davis. And Davis throws it down.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Westbrook against Payton. Here's Adams. Got it. Good job in the low post. Adams has got his second basket of the night. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes. 6 already.
Inside. And it's Davis missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Russell getting to the rim, one of my favorite things to watch the entire season.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Down low, here's Davis. And Adams sends it back, and he recovers it.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
It's stolen by Randall. Now here's Payton, and they double up Payton. To the middle, here's Moore. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
And it's George missing.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
Payton kicks to Moore. And the layup's good off the glass.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
And they double up Payton. Davis. Back to Payton. To the inside. No good from Moore. The Thunder with the lead. Grant the pass to Roberson. Looking for George. He gets it there. It's good. George has got his second bucket.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Here's Moore. Tries again. And it's good on the way-in. Moore's got his third bucket of the night.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll.
From deep, George. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And right now, the torture chamber that Paul George has put the defense in is paying off for his team.
And it's George finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Sinks that one from the post. George has got 11 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Moore. 6 points for him. And Holiday kicks to Moore. Payton trying to get open. And E'Twaun Moore, good for 3. 9 points in the game so far.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Yeah, Kevin, hope that's not a defensive tactic, but that's what you saw there. Westbrook handling the rock and has the quickness to drive on pretty much anyone.
Here's Payton. following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Payton passes to Davis. Floats one, and he lays it up and in. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Great to see AD adding the floater there. Totally froze the D. Gave him no chance to block that one.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
What a quarter right here, establishing some confidence. 4 of 5 shooting the ball.
Here's Moore. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter. Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State, now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and he ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry is a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now for watching the NBA.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. In front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. The 4th spot held by Steven Adams.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
And so here is New Orleans. 8-point game. Paul George with the steal. And here we go with George.
No, but...
That just happened. Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time, and a great play on the ball.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Moore. 11 points in the game. And that one, good.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Oberson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I thought
it was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. The Thunder, Brent, playing with such energy. But shooting, not their strong suit.
No, one of the lower three-point percentages in the league as a team. The free throw line also last year, really weird. A big-time struggle for guys who had career-low years from the free throw stripe. So tough to win big in today's game if you're not hitting threes and then not hitting the freebies.
And he sinks the second. Well, when you play against the Pelicans, Brent, you know you're going to be running.
Yep, track shoes on. Pelicans played at the highest pace last year in the league, and you can expect more of the same as long as Alvin Gentry is the coach. This is something he believes in, and he's got one of the best running centers in the league. The team generates a ton of easy looks and finishes because of the pace of play.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. From 13, it's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his third rebound tonight. Moore inside. He's covered by Westbrook. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple. Here's George. Pelicans with the rebound.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
The rebound by Steven Adams.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season, put up about 28 points per, 11 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And it's Schroeder missing. Pelicans trail by 9. Hill has the open look. Off target from outside. Westbrook kicks to George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his third assist on the night. Here's Payton. Here's Hill. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Hill burrowing inside, and because of his size, he's able to do that, get around the rim and finish.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now, here is Mirotic. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, Mirotic last year, it was the tale of two halves. It was the shaved year versus the unshaved year for him. Great start with the Bulls and played some very good basketball, and then struggled a little bit after the trade to the Pelicans, and then boom, all of a sudden was a huge part after Cousins went down, was extremely complimentary to the fast pace and stretching out the offense with the three-point ball playing alongside AD.
Right, you're talking about Mirotic. The real Mirotic is somewhere in between.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble with consistency, but you got to look at what was surrounding him in Chicago with all the roster movements and the coaching changes, stylistic changes. So, you know, when he gets on, we saw this late in the year with the Pelicans and somewhat in the playoffs, he can be an explosive scorer. He can put the ball down and make plays. He can shoot you into and sometimes out of a game.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
about the numbers here for Drew Holiday? Great showing for him last season. 16th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. Now, here is Mirotic. Here's Schroeder, throws down the breakaway jam.
You can see how Schroeder's eyes get big whenever he has a chance like that, surprising from the point guard position.
Pelicans trail by 12. Outside Holiday. Inside Davis. Can't hit that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Holiday. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Miller kicks to Mirotic. Takes the elbow jumper and trains it.
Well, Mirotic, even if he's not told, feels like he's got the green light, so knocks down another.
Schroeder with the ball. And it's Miller picking him up. They get the rebound. And that one's good. Noel's got his first points of the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And it's Schroeder missing.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
The Thunder leading by 12. Patterson, that's good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Tipped away. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Pelicans trail by 16. The pass to Davis. Inside, Mirotic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
The Thunder last season assembling a big three of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony didn't mesh, Brent, like they had hoped. In your opinion, what went wrong?
Well, a bit of a down season in terms of the scoring for Melo, but reasons for that, just not as many opportunities and playing outside along the three-point line. The biggest damage last year was the Robertson injury. It felt like in December, the OKC team started to find its stride, and Robertson going out of the lineup, there just wasn't enough of the depth on that roster to make up the difference for them defensively, and OKC never really seemed to find its footing or confidence again.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. The Thunder pull it in.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Patterson can't get it to go.
Patrick Patterson. That's his second personal.
The Pelicans haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Nikola Mirotic. taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
You think about Mirotic, the Yugoslavian big man, and really what he does best, and that is stretch out a defense on the floor. A 4-man that can drill shots and put it down a little bit where he can make those kind of plays.
9 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Schroeder, and it's blocked by Mirotic. From deep, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we'll be back with you shortly. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
And the Pelicans with possession here. Down by 12. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, Mirotic is the 4 with Davis in the middle. Miller is out there with Holiday, and it's Hill in at the 3 spot. Off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Here's Schroeder. Here's Noel. It's stolen by Hill.
Well, aside from that possession, they've done a pretty good job of keeping the turnovers way down this game.
Here's Davis. And the lead is down inside single digits. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Knocks it loose. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
Pelicans ball.
Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
And Hill has it in the corner. The second chance effort, and the rejection by Noel. Felton kicks it over to Schroeder. Good.
Defense pretty solid there, but Schroeder finds a way to knock one down.
Pelicans trail by 12. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. They push it up, 4 on 3. And that one's good. Noel's got his second bucket tonight.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Yep, it counts.
Schroeder playing with some tenacity in this one. He is not letting the defense dictate where it is that he's going, and he's scoring through contact.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. Miller outside. The 19-foot shot, and a little luck that time, but it drops. And it's 7 points for Drew Holiday.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And the Thunder lead by 14. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Andre Robertson in for Dennis Schroeder. New Orleans also making some changes. Randall's checked in for Anthony Davis. E'Twaun Moore comes in for Solomon Hill. And it's Peyton in for Drew Holiday. Moore with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Felton. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Here's Moore. He dishes it to Peyton. He misses in close.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Roberson gets the bucket. Roberson's got 5 now.
Robertson slicing through the defense, and that's all because he's staying active.
Pass to Miller. To the paint, Mirotic, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. He's got 10.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Passes it to Grant, to the inside, and that one's good. Noel.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Pelicans trail by 16. And they double up Peyton. Miller outside. Picked by Randall. And here's Moore outside. They get it back. Another shot. And another shot. And it's laid in by Randall.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Grant kicks to Felton. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And that one's good. Noel.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And they double up Peyton. And stolen by Noel. Goes up. And slam dunk by Noel.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation? I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Here's Peyton, following the score by Oklahoma City. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place, and the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
So lucky now to have you all along, girl. I really love the way you love, girl. Ever I love, baby. You blow my mind, baby. I'm so alive, baby. You blow my mind.
moment here to see some numbers for Peyton. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 12 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And it's Randall, top of the key. And he overshot that one, missing.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
With the jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And Elfrid Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many questioned whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
For the Thunder, Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Here's Westbrook. And good that time. Westbrook's got 13 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Westbrook against Payton. High shot from 10 feet out.
Well, saw the opportunity, did Elfrid Payton, and inside capitalized.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Pelicans trail by 20. Down low, here's Oh!
No way.
Kevin, is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is in elite company.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Picked by Randall. Payton against Westbrook. Outside Mirotic. Miller sets a screen for Mirotic. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 13.
Nice to see a big man moving off of the screen and to find some available space to score. Mirotic did it that time.
Here's Adams. Excellent D there from Mirotic.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Mirotic the screen. To the middle. Here's Miller. Pass to Randall. Payton outside. Back to Randall. Over Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Randall no good. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Takes the 13-footer, and it's in there. George has got 21 in the game.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Miller. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 9 assists now tonight.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
Pelicans trail by 19. Payton outside. And it's Miller in the corner. Miller with another miss. The Thunder shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Westbrook really did take his time, but in the end signed that $205 million contract for 5 years to stay in OKC, to make it his home. That's the largest contract in NBA history at the time it was signed. And I'd have to say, money well spent for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Yeah, a lot of nail-biting in Oklahoma after the departure of Kevin Durant. Brent, what did keeping Westbrook on that team, in that organization, mean for the Thunder?
Well, it means that they still want to win some basketball games, Kevin. And Russell Westbrook approaches every game with such incredible competitive drive. We saw in his triple-double season that he just carries an unbelievable workload with the highest usage rate in NBA history that year. It's amazing the kind of effort he plays with, and the goal is to get back to the finals.
And it's good, 2 points.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Thunder have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans.
One shot.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Now here's Moore. He's got 15. There's the double team with Westbrook. Moore passes to Payton. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
He scores in so many different ways, but most of them have to do with attack mode and aggressiveness.
Pelicans trail by 21. Payton drives in. And Grant sends it back. They get it back, and he recovers it. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
The Pelicans have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Patterson comes in for Grant, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Roberson.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. The Thunder leading by 19. A nice shot by George. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
That's where you get a good indicator of how skilled Paul George is. Gets creative against the defense.
It's stolen by Adams to the inside, and it's George finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making the...
I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
1:22 left to play here in the half. Pick up by Hill. Payton kicks to Hill. Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
Here's Westbrook. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Payton. Hill with it. George picks him up. Westbrook with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And they double up Payton. They get a hand on it. To the paint. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him. And it. Wow.
Good.
Look out. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Hill, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Patterson. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Patterson, that's good.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Pelicans ball.
12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Payton kicks to Davis. Shoots over Adams, and Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 17 now.
Yeah, very few players as good as Anthony Davis is on the inside. Just great footwork, and he's adding more and more to his postgame.
And so it's Oklahoma City in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, they had control in the first half. How were they able to do that?
Well, we turned the ball over, and our transition defense wasn't very good. We got to do a better job of executing, and we got to do a better job of just taking the shots that are available to us.
One thing at a time, get you back in. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 31 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. The forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. And it's Adams in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. It's stolen. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday.
You know, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
One shot, gentlemen.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
No good from Grant.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Payton against Westbrook. Payton passes to Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Randall's got 4 points this quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Westbrook. Second shot opportunity. Moore with the steal. And they double up Payton. Down low, here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
So you're going to give AD that kind of room? Well, here's the payoff for that.
Here's Grant. Rebounded by Moore. Pelicans trail by 20. Payton up top. Out to the right wing. Davis sets a screen. Payton off the screen. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
New Orleans.
Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And it was the kind of season that he'd like to repeat over and over. Nobody was better at creating easy baskets for their teammates.
To the middle, here's Randall. The Thunder pull it in. Westbrook's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Westbrook's got 26.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
So interesting with Russell Westbrook. Never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
To look at the locations on the floor where he's been shooting the ball.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp in Atlanta. His name wasn't on the list. He had to sit in the lobby for 4 hours before they let him in.
That story is hard to believe. Obviously not a blue-chip recruit, and I don't think that Russell Westbrook ever thought about seeing himself in the NBA at any point, was just hoping to get a scholarship. And that second season at UCLA opened up some eyes about just how athletic and explosive he could be. Here we are today.
Payton passes to Randall, and another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against New Orleans.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
That one is off. And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, his defense is holding him back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Payton needs to learn that.
Kicks it to Randall. Back to Payton. Doesn't go that time. George with the defensive effort. The Thunder leading by 17. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
Randall passes to Moore. The second effort and the rejection by Noel. Here's Westbrook. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And for that matchup against the Nets, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Yeah, that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. It doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
To the middle, it's stolen by Adams. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Westbrook leading the charge. The offensive rebound. Adams' shot is off. Pelicans trail by 17. Payton outside, poked loose, and stolen by Noel. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, after averaging a triple-double during the 16-17 MVP campaign for Russell Westbrook, he just keeps coming at you. What an electrifying and exciting player.
The Thunder have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. A different look for Oklahoma City. Abrinas has checked in for Paul George. And it's Felton in for Andre Robertson. And then for New Orleans, Mirotic comes in for Randall. And Miller's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And he makes the first but misses the second. Pelicans trail by 18. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by Noel. Noel's got 3 assists tonight.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Mirotic dishes to Holiday. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Great work by the team there to find AD. They make eye contact, and the rest of that is history.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Miller, the pass to Holiday. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. Miller's got 4 assists now tonight.
Holiday looking comfortable there when he gets in close.
Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Pelicans trail by 20. And Holiday kicks to Miller. Davis in the corner. The 3. Rebound by Raymond Felton. The Thunder have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. From deep. Can't hit that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Pushing it up. The finish. And it's slammed in by Davis.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Here's Westbrook. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Moore's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Down low. Here's Holiday. Who's back up? The putback. The rebound by Steven Adams. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And it's Noel missing. And there's the pass to Mirotic. It's good from long range. Mirotic has got 16 points.
And Mirotic has some pretty good catch-and-shoot numbers, and great at knowing ahead of time as to when those shots are going to come his way.
Pelicans trail by 15. Outside Holiday. Here's Davis. Adams, some nice D.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin, so if you could find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Hey yo, the nuts landed, so pack it up. Pass the mic, the big psych, the manufacturer, the architect, bringing you the artifact. You used to hate my clique, now you want a part of it. You coming with more hits that funk like Parliament. Compare me to another's gonna lead to an argument. We fry you with straight from Guerrilla Army, tracks in harmony. My nut orchestra blowing fuses. Your amp can.
And the Thunder with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And a change for the Pelicans. Hill, he's checked in for Moore. Pelicans trail by 13. Pass to Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Oklahoma City shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Outside Holiday. He had a nice open look right there. Holiday's got 13 points.
All right, he's got to quit while he's ahead. He got away with it there, but the crossover usually gets him into a bit of trouble.
Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Miller.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
There's Noel, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Here's New Orleans. They're on a 17-6 run. Double team on Holiday. On the wing, Miller. From outside the arc, and another 3 for New Orleans.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Here's George. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Here's Patterson. Mirotic grabs the miss. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Pelicans trail by 6. And Holiday kicks to Miller. Pick up by Hill. Beyond the arc. And there's Miller. That's good on the assist from Mirotic. Miller's got a pair of threes now here in the 3rd for New Orleans. The Thunder shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. From deep, George gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Mirotic, a screen on Schroeder. Paul George with the steal. It's 2-on-1 for the finish, and George with the stuff.
I always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
Pelicans trail by 8. Double team on Holiday. Passes to Davis. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his 1st foul of the game. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for Raymond Felton.
Jeremy Grant, Andre Robertson.
And stolen by Patterson. And George, here we go. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second-chance points last year. Number 1, the Thunder.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second-chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
And it's Miller in the corner from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. George with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. Here's Patterson. It's stolen by Davis. The wide open look here for Holiday. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
When Holiday is hitting shots like that, they're in great shape. He is as consistent as they come from that area on the floor.
Good.
This is great to see him take over in stretches like this, coming alive at just the right time.
They double him with George. Down low, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Dennis Schroeder. Last year, getting it done. He averaged about 19 points a game last year, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
For 3, Hill. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Some changes for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Davis, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Darius Miller. Pelicans trail by 5. Payton right side. And they double up Payton. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Pelicans.
And this shot chart shows just how effective their offense has been this season. They're the top-ranked team in the conference, and they've gotten there because of how multidimensional their offense has been. They don't get their points from any one specific area on the floor. They can score from all over the place.
As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Well, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position. And the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
That's good from Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Schroeder kicks to George. Over Hill. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Outside Holiday for the lead. Hill, no good.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. So for New Orleans right now, Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Julius Randle is out there with Mirotic, and it's Hill in at the small forward position.
I have to credit to D at least for contesting that one. Ultimately, Schroeder is just too good from that range. Can't let him get the ball there.
Randle against Adams. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut back down to 3 on the basket from Payton.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And that one is good. George has got 45 points.
And Paul George in the mid-range area just dominating that possession.
And Randle throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Poked away and stolen by Mirotic, and Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Pelicans trail by 3. And they double up Payton. Outside Holiday. To the paint. Here's Mirotic, and another assist for him.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. And there's Paul George on the assist by Schroeder. George has got 47 points. For New Orleans, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Down low, Mirotic, and Mirotic throws it down.
Mirotic really feeling it now in a great rhythm and capable of staying on fire.
Count that one. 49 points for George.
So far, he's a can't-miss player, a superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Double team on Holiday. Payton in the corner. Mirotic sets the screen for Payton. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And the shot goes in.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
And Randall throws it down.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if a team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it. Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Pass to Payton. Pick by Randall. They set the pick. Mirotic dishes to Holiday. The rebound by Steven Adams.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
That's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Thunder. Oklahoma City leading by 7. And that one's good. George has got 53.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And they double up Payton. And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Davis is checked in for the Pelicans.
Substitution for the Pelicans. Anthony Davis.
And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Westbrook against Payton. Clock at 6. Davis with a screen on Westbrook. Payton attacking. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there with that size and length. Tough to shoot over.
And it's Davis missing.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight, his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Payton passes to Davis. Trying to get open is Randall, and it's Davis missing. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Here's George. That one off the back iron and out. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And Holiday kicks to Moore. Over George. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got 19 points.
Each one Moore doesn't get a lot of open touches, but when he does, he's got to be prepared to shoot. So let's that one go quickly.
Pelicans trail by 9. Randall a screen on George. Here's Moore. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George with the ball. And Davis pulls it down. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And there's Paul George on the assist by Westbrook. George has got 55.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Here's Randall, banked in off the glass. Randall's got 14 points now in the second half.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Westbrook drives in. That one goes. Count it.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Stolen by George. Tries again. Goes up again. And there's the nice layup by Adams. And the Thunder lead by 13.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Payton kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Holiday. Davis with a screen on George. No good from Moore. The Thunder leading by 13. Here's Roberson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
That's his second personal foul. Andre Roberson. Shooting 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
That free throw missing.
And not doing very well at the line in this half. Percentage has dropped all the way down to below 60.
He's off on the second.
You just can't seem to get right from the free throw line here in the second half.
The shot by Holiday, no good. The Thunder leading by 13. Releases from 15. Drained for 2 points. George has got 57 points.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Down low. Moore with the bucket.
Well, this is some found change in the offensive couch for this ball club to have each one more have a game like this.
Here's George, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 59 points for George.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Payton kicks to Moore. There's a screen. Back to Payton. Davis setting the pick for Payton. Stolen by George. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Westbrook leading the charge.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Pelicans trail by 17. Inside. Trying to get open is Randall. No good with the layup.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup with the Kings, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
And he makes the first. Both good from the line that time. Pelicans trailed by 19. High post, Davis. And again, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
He gets it in there. 46 points for Russell Westbrook.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Double team on Holiday. To the inside. Here's Payton. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
Pelicans ball.
Here's Payton.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Pelicans trail by 19. To the inside. Here's Davis. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 31 points for Davis.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Westbrook, no good. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting about 43% here in the 4th quarter. Davis sets a screen. Here's Holiday. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Holiday's got 10 points here in the second half. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He told them one thing. He said, no mistakes from here on out. We've got a good lead. Don't take chances. No dumb fouls. Smart basketball the rest of the way. Guys?
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
Pelicans trail by 17. Payton outside. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Roberson, guarded by Holiday. And Davis sends it back, and he gets it back. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Here's Westbrook, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Elfrid Payton. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him.
2 shots.
But credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Both free throws good from Westbrook.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
Double team on Holiday. And Moore kicks to Randall. To the paint. Here's Payton. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
George. And another one falls.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Right side Holiday. Payton outside. There's the dish to Randall. Over to the left wing. And here's Moore outside. Good on the triple. Moore's got 7 now in this quarter.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And here is Payton. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for George.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Upside Felton. And he lays it straight in. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
Payton passes to Hill. Inside. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Noel. The shot off that time. Hill with some nice D. Here's Payton. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Now, Payton seems to have a knack for getting to the right spot, and this time predicted it.
Here's Schroeder. Yep, that one goes in there.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
And Davis throws it down.
Yeah, we've played this record before as AD is getting on a roll here and carrying his team on the offensive end.
Here's Schroeder. Great D that time from Davis.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Noel. It's rebounded by New Orleans. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.